This is not the brand new Insta360 Go Ultra. You didn't notice, but it's actually up here. Well, it's here and here. So let's talk about this brand new, very cool camera from Insta360, the Go Ultra. I'm lucky to have Insta360 as a channel sponsor, and they sent me this camera a couple weeks ago to try, and it's got a couple cool tricks up its sleeve. At first, it looks like a normal action camera, but with one quick button push, voila. Here you have a 53 cam camera that's going to get you amazing video. And this is all you need to film. I've been loving using this under my visor because it's tiny, it's light, and it's super discreet. Even when I've been out riding with people and I've had this under my visor, they don't even notice it's there until I point it out and say, hey, look at this cool camera. And you know what? Even I forget it's up there sometimes. But even when the camera is separated, you still get a live view of what this sees. And you can actually control all the settings of the camera right here, and it's all done wirelessly. This has been so handy when I'm mounting the camera and I'm by myself or I'm doing any filming solo, because I can just put the camera up in my visor, I can look at this, set the angle, make sure I know what I'm about to record, I can double check all the settings, and yeah, it's just easy to use. And then once you've filmed your clip and maybe you want to watch it back right then, maybe you did something crazy, you can do it wirelessly. So you just swipe over on the touchscreen and push play. What you just filmed is right there, being played back to you wirelessly. I've talked about how good the Insta360 app is for controlling the camera, and this is basically that, but in a dedicated form, which is so nice. It was already easy to control the camera, and now it's even easier. When the camera is all together, it's actually really familiar. If you've used the Ace Pro or Ace Pro 2, yeah, you'll recognize basically everything about this camera. It's got the sweet tilty flippy screen if you want to do some vlogging or anything like that. You've got your record and start and stop button right at the top here, and then you've got your mode and power buttons right on the side. You've also got USB-C for charging, and the Go Ultra now takes a little micro SD card, goes right in there. So you can quickly swap in however much storage you want. So let's say you want to record a huge descent or something like that. You can pop it all together and just use this like you would the Ace Pro 2, and this will give you up to 200 minutes of record time. But if you're like me, and for the most part you're not riding for that long all at once, this alone will give you up to 70 minutes of record time. Now the battery is built into both sections here, but with fast charging, you can get up to 80% battery in as little as 12 minutes. Okay, all of the features and the integration, it's all very well done and very cool, but what about the actual video it shoots? Well, this little camera can do 4K at 60 frames a second, and it's using a new, larger 1/1.28 inch sensor size. Now, the numbers and size of the sensor probably doesn't mean much at first, but what it does mean is that when you're in places like the PNW here, where even in the summer, in the middle of the day, when you get into the woods, it's dark and it's hard to shoot with action cameras. But this larger sensor means that, yeah, it's not really a problem. I went out for a ride when it was not only cloudy, but raining into the thick forests of Whistler, and well, let's just take a look at those clips right now. So yeah, I recorded those clips for Instagram and TikTok, and I'm stoked with how they turned out. Even on a rainy, cloudy day in the thick forests of Whistler, I knew I could just toss this camera on, forget about it, and I wasn't worried that, well, you know, the clips aren't going to turn out, they're going to be all blurry because it's too dark. Yeah, this camera just does really well. And I know a lot of you are probably used to that already now with cameras like the Ace Pro 2 doing so well in low light, but even as little as a few years ago, we would go out and film with our action cameras and try to mountain bike, and yeah, you would just get unusable footage. It would be too blurry and too grainy and too noisy. And it's crazy how far technology has come that this little camera is shooting video this good, in the dark, in the rain. It's crazy. This camera also has the new pure video mode that the Ace Pro 2 has, and that just boosts your low light performance even more. Another scenario we come across a lot here in the PNW is high contrast situations. You can imagine that if it's really dark in the forest and it's the middle of the day, when you get out into a clearing, it's going to be very bright. And so sometimes you'll get super spotty lighting. And what you can do with this camera is turn on the active HDR and still get great video even when the lighting is bad. The Go Ultra now has an ultra wide field of view of 156 degrees, which means you just get super immersive POV footage, you know, the kind of stuff I like, where you helmet mount it and you can just see so much in front of you. And so like in this shot when I'm on top of the world in Whistler, you can just take in, yeah, just how majestic it is up there. And in this shot, you can see how well this stabilization is working. This was a rough trail and you can see how much my helmet is moving, but the shot is perfectly stable. And you can also use horizon lock, so even if the camera is tilting side to side, you're gonna get nice level footage. And the whole idea of this camera is to get amazing video from a super small package, and I think they've done that. And Insta360 is so confident in this camera. They told me, go get the best GoPro you can get right now, the Hero 13 Black, and just put it side to side to show people, and I'll just let you guys decide. So here's the Hero 13 Black coming in at about 153 grams. Compared to the Go Ultra at 53 grams. I'm doing 4K 30 frames per second on both cameras, and I'm going to use auto on all the settings and the standard color profile. I'm going to do action view on the Go Ultra and super view on the GoPro. So let's take a look at some shots, and you guys can let me know down in the comments what you thought. Let's try a low light comparison while we're at it, and I'll have the settings up on the screen. One last feature which I think is really cool about these cameras is it integrates with your Apple Find My. So if you misplace this camera, you can just look up on your phone and see where it is and find it. So that's the new Go Ultra, and it does actually so much more that I haven't covered in this video, because then this video would be hours long. You can do time lapses, 50 megapixel photos, all sorts of crazy filters and things like that. Yeah, it just would take me forever. So go check out all the details on the Insta360 website, because yeah, this thing can do a lot. And there are also so many accessories for this thing. Basically, there's an accessory for anything you would want. There's the pendant, which is a magnetic clip. You wear it under your shirt and you just pop the camera on, or the magnetic hat clip, pop the clip on your head, and again, just with magnets, boop, pop the camera on. Everything is just so easy to use, and I just love when there's magnets. I'm very easily entertained by magnets, especially when they're really well integrated into a product. And it even has dedicated support for a bunch of wireless mics, which again, the whole list is over on the Insta360 website. This is just a cool piece of technology, and Insta360 has been listening to all the feedback. So with every iteration, the cameras just get better and better and better. And yeah, I'm not even sure where they could go from here, because this is very good. And I've got an affiliate link down below, so if you do decide you want to pick up one of these cameras or any Insta360 camera, using that link below helps me a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. So thanks again to Insta360 for sending me this camera, and thanks to all of you who watched this whole video. I really do appreciate it, and it means a lot. So on that note, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.